Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I have a cultural Cape Conversations today. And I'm so excited to bring these people to you and talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, theater. So come along. Let's have another Cape Conversations. Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant. Oh, I'm so excited because I'm talking theater things, and you know how much I love my theater. And I am with three wonderful people. I am with Cathy Ode, who's the star, by the way, of all the Sandwich Community Television movies. And I am with Janet Geist Moore, who is not only a resident of Sandwich and works for Woods Hole, but she's also a fabulous actor. And the wonderful Matt Doberman, who is Dobermean.
Anything you want.
Okay, works for me. And Matt is all about tech, and he's working with Woods Hole on all of the tech, the lighting, and how we set everything up. So, hi, everybody. Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome. I am so excited to have you all here. So I'm going to start with the two actors first. Is that all right?
Please.
Then we'll get into the technical stuff. So, Cathy, tell me, who do you play in this fabulous play, Our Town?
I play Julia Gibbs, the wife of the local doctor.
And mother of?
Mother of George Gibbs and Rebecca Gibbs.
Excellent. And how do you feel about playing that part? Is this the second time you played it or third?
It's the third time I've been in Our Town.
Is that right?
And the second time I played Mrs. Gibbs. Which is a first for me to do a role more than once.
Right.
And it's just so much fun because it's a different character when you're playing opposite different people.
Sure.
She's got a different husband now.
Right.
So it's a different
Dumped the other one, got it.
Well, she's trying again. And it really makes it very rich.
Yeah.
An experience as an actor to bring that new relationship and a new understanding of the character.
That's wonderful. And Ms. Moore. So you play.
I play the stage manager, which in this play is like the narrator. And
you tell people what to do.
I do. I turn the lights on and off with my hand.
Yes, you do.
I make the thunder go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like playing God.
And this is the second time for you, I know.
The second time I've played the stage manager.
And in full disclosure, excuse me, I am directing this play. So how do you both feel about, I know you're coming back to the parts, the same part in both instances in a sense. How do you feel about the play itself, doing it? I mean, I had somebody say to me, oh, that old chestnut. And I was like, I bristled. But how do you feel about it? Do you feel it's old?
Well, I'll tell you, when you first suggested that we do it again, I went, oh.
That old chestnut. Were you the one that said that to me?
I didn't say that, but, but I've done it before and, Our Town. And then I went, oh, okay, well, let me read it again and see how I feel about it. And it is such a beautiful play.
Beautifully written.
Just beautiful. And every time I read it, and this is going to be a problem in rehearsal and in performance, I choke up. I get choked up by the end. It is timeless.
Yes.
In a way that Shakespeare is timeless. It really gets to the heart of what we all love about our hometowns.
Yeah.
And so, I had to say yes to doing it again.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel the same way. I feel like the themes are universal and timeless. And I was thinking about the relationship between Emily and George. And nowadays, when two kids fall in love in high school, it's going to look a little different with the smartphones and the whatever. But that feeling of a crush is
always there.
We all know what that feels like. And it is portrayed so beautifully in this play, and particularly by this Emily and this George. I mean, they're amazing.
They are amazing. They are truly amazing. I have to admit, I saw Emily for 15, 20 minutes when Janet, you brought her to
I knew
to
she
us.
perfect.
And she did I just had her do the last scene, and there I am sitting there going, oh, I mean, she's unbelievable. And the other thing too is, for me, because again, somebody said to me, "Oh, you're directing on that old chestnut again. How many times have you done that?" Well, I've done the play twice. This is my second time. In this day and age, and I don't care what your political persuasion is, we're all in a state of flux. And this brings back to everybody, if you watch this play and listen to the words, the calming effect that it has. But this is life, right? Daily life,
Yep.
the wedding and marriage, and then death. And you need to pay attention while you're here on this earth right now.
Because it goes so fast.
It goes so fast. I mean, I had 6 grandkids, and 2 of them at one time we helped take care of because both parents worked in the restaurant business, and they would be in my living room in a giant plastic Fisher-Price fort that we got so we could corral them. And for me, now they're all grown up. I mean, one's this and one's that, and one's at New York, and one's, and our oldest one is in Washington, D.C., living with a woman. Well, how did that happen?
And they tower over you.
And oh my God, they all tower. Even the short ones tower over me. So anyway, so Matt.
Yes.
Tell me about tech. What do you do? What is tech? Do people understand when the audience come in? Do they really understand what you have to get ready to do?
I think they do.
Oh, good.
I think if they aren't noticing, like in their face, what we're doing, then we're doing our job. The tech, the sound, the lighting, it should be seamless. It should be integrated into the performance that they're seeing. If we're making mistakes, you'll see it. And
No, we don't make mistakes.
We don't make mistakes. And so the idea is that it's fluid and it's a part of the performance and it supports what the actors are doing up on stage and enhances the mood and the feeling of the overall performance.
And we're actually far along with tech. The actors don't know that, but we are. I mean, we had a tech meeting, and then we sat down and did all the cues and all of that weeks ago, which is unusual. You don't normally do it. In fact, I was laughing. I got panicked because I looked, we haven't done Act 3 yet. And it's not for a week. And the reason why is because your husband, who was sick, also has a wedding. So we're going to, his son's getting married, and I couldn't exactly say you can't go.
Yeah.
So anyway, he wasn't planning on being sick, obviously. So consequently, Act 3 has kind of been pushed out a little bit because I was trying to accommodate him. And now he was sick, so I shouldn't have done that, I guess. Anyway, that said, we may get through Act 3, but tell them about Act 3 and there's a cemetery scene.
There is. And first of all, I just wanted to say, Melinda, thank you for everything that you do for community theater. Your reputation in town is one of leadership and of a real commitment to the arts. And
that I do have.
It really is. And everything that you do to support community theater, we're really grateful for what you've done.
Well, thanks.
And what you will continue to do in your future.
That's not solicited by any of you.
I understand.
I'll pay you later.
So yeah, without necessarily giving it away, or you can ask me for details.
Yeah.
The idea is it's overall, this is a very simple play when it comes to props, lighting.
There are basically none.
And fortunately, the author, Thornton Wilder, gave us really good direction as far as setting sort of the tone and the look for the performance. And so the graveyard is, how do I say, it's not your typical graveyard.
Yeah.
And it is filled with actors and some other people that may surprise you.
Well, that's the whole idea. We're going to have lots of famous dead people.
Right? People that audience members may recognize.
And I'm hoping they'll come see it and be dead.
Absolutely. And so the idea is again, sort of change the look of the stage so that the audience can appreciate there is a graveyard in front of them, and that the lighting and the effect not overwhelm what the true point is that Act 3 is making.
Right. And that's, that's as a director, that I find it challenging. You've got all these players, and then you have all these pieces, and it's like putting together a puzzle, and the basic puzzle always is the same. The words are always the same. Somebody said, "Oh, are you changing the words?" I went, "Well, I would think over my dead body and somebody else's dead body. You don't change the words." But I said, we're going to change up the ante a little bit with the look and what people were wearing, and bring it a little bit more forward, and less back of 1903 or it was written in 1938, which is another thing that I just want to bring up. It was written in 1938, a time when the world was burgeoning in Europe, especially, terrible, terrible things. And of course, then the war started. So the wonderful part about this, again, is that we are all connected, which is another part of it that I love so much about this play, is the idea that we are all connected, So, and you have a couple of great speeches about that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And Thornton Wilder was such a humanitarian.
Yes.
I mean, he really delved into the heart of people and what makes life worth living. Not just not all the big things that we think of,
right?
Not all the successes and all the
right,
but really the small, quiet moments that make life worth living,
right?
That make life, right? I mean, that's what makes our lives, are those little moments,
those moments,
right. And of course, then it was a different time period. So, he's looking back at the turn of the century, really, the last century, the century before.
And when he mentions war, it's actually World War I.
Right. Yeah. So, which is very poignant, because he talks about the characters and how wonderful they are. And here it was, a paper boy who did wonderful things. I mean, he went off to a fancy schmancy college, and then he was killed.
Genius.
He was a genius, and he was killed in the war. And then it was like, what a waste.
What a waste.
Yeah.
And here we are coming up to another war.
Right.
Where we're going to lose more geniuses.
Right.
More fabulous people who will be wasted.
Right. So it is relevant. So I personally think it's very relevant for today. Now, the play opens October 9th. How exciting. Are you ready for that big opening?
No. We will be.
Well, I don't know. We've been rehearsing at Falmouth Community Television. Thank you, Falmouth Community Television. They've been terrific in letting us rehearse there, so we didn't have to drive all the way to Woods Hole. Woods Hole Community Hall is oh my God, it's something out of the past.
It's the perfect venue.
It's the perfect venue, especially for this play. And although people maybe here in Sandwich or in Dennis go, oh my God, all the way to Woods Hole, you can't get there from here. You can. You got to give yourself some time.
Well, and you can make an evening of it. There's some great restaurants down there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. And we're going to make sure that when the horn blows for the ferry, the stage manager is going to acknowledge it by saying, there comes the whatever.
there's the ferry. Oh, we're in New Hampshire. There's no ocean.
Yeah.
But it could be the Boston, whatever.
Don't you think it's worth addressing, too, the fact that it's in October? And so for those people who might be nervous about parking and the traffic and the congestion in Woods Hole, all of that's gone.
Right.
The Woods
And you
Hole
don't have
that
to
you
pay
fell
after
in love
6
with
o'clock.
is in October.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're on the fence, come.
Right.
You'll thank yourself.
Well, and it is after 6 o'clock. You don't have to pay parking meters, which is a good thing, which is for sure. Our show starts at 7. For the longest time, I thought it started at 7:30. Oops, but it starts at 7. And it's the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then the following weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the Sundays are 2 matinees at 2 o'clock. So I think it's 2 o'clock. I'm sure.
And there's a parking lot just around the corner.
And you walk by, you park where there are 3 restaurants within paces of where you park. And then there's one right across the street, the Captain Kidd. So,
and it's a big restaurant.
It's big, a whole lot of people. So I hope people, go, oh my gosh, I think maybe we should try to do this, for sure. So what other things are you doing? What other things have you done, Matt? You've done some other plays at Woods Hole.
Well, I did want to just make a note about the what audience members will see with these sets.
Oh, sure.
And kind of borrowing from Thornton Wilder's simplicity in this play, I was able to find all of the materials from previous projects in my garage to make the props.
I know you are.
I have not had to buy a screw for any of the props that people will see.
You are forever in your
blast. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And we're using the chairs from downstairs.
We are. So the budget is secured.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Let's see. I worked on Esmeralda Saves the Dragon, I believe is the title.
Mm-hmm.
And
kids show, right?
It was a kids show. And I worked on Fall Shorts last year.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a hoot.
That was great.
We had a good time with that. But yeah, Woods Hole Theater is probably 160 years old, 170 years old. You can almost hear the hum when you walk in of like all the dances that the soldiers had and the community meetings and all of the events and perhaps couples falling in love. It has that sense of history and presence that I think the audience will really appreciate for this timeless play.
Yeah. Well, and it's Woods Hole is absolutely gorgeous. I think we all can agree with that. It is a gorgeous little village for sure. Filled with scientists, doing scientific things. So Cathy, you're retired now?
Yes, as of January 30th, 2025.
But you're going to be a vagabond. Is that correct?
Yes. In fact, my adventures are partly inspired by theater because a few years ago, Rick Martin wrote an original play called Van Life and kindly cast me as his wife, and he played the husband. And it's about this recently retired couple who decide to go off on an adventure in a van. So, how life imitates art and, things happen to allow me to be able to do that. So my husband and I have a small RV and we went on the road for 3 months earlier this year.
It's amazing.
And then starting after the play wraps,
please,
we'll be on the road for 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you'll be gone all winter.
Yes, that's kind of part of the plan.
So you're going to go someplace warm, I presume. In the
We've
winter
got
months?
5 children who are spread out all over. So we're going to go visit all the kids. And we're also going to make sure that we go south where it's warmer.
Yeah, nice. I will tell you, if you get to Arkansas, if you do.
We will, actually.
Yeah. If you go to Arkansas, it is well worth going to the Clinton Presidential Museum.
Okay.
I was not for it going. I was like, but although I like Bill Clinton, I was not. It was no.
Not
but
the move.
we drove across the country. I am so glad that Joe insisted that we go because we're right there.
Well,
It was
Arkansas was
wonderful.
never on my radar screen, but I was on Route 6 not too long ago, and I was behind a car with an Arkansas license plate, and it said, Arkansas, the natural state. And I'm like, what does that mean? I don't think of it as being
Yeah.
necessarily all organic or whatever. And so I looked it up, and the Ozarks apparently are beautiful.
They're
There's
gorgeous.
all kinds of hiking.
Right.
And so we'll be going to Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I put it on the map.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, again, you're going to have to get to the capital city where his museum is, because it is, well, and it's funny because everybody made fun of it because it's like a bridge, a covered bridge, but it's big and long and rectangular, but it was the bridge to the future. That's what the meaning was.
Yeah.
The theme was. Yeah. And so anyway, that's wonderful. And what about you, Janet? You're still working, right?
I am still working. I am
helping all those scientists do
Yes,
the science.
I work at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, and I am the executive assistant to the CFO.
Oh, good job.
And it's a great place to work. It's a beautiful place doing very important work.
Good things. Yeah.
Yep.
Like what?
Like what? Work on climate change. Work on keeping the oceans healthy and fresh. Work on
well, there's a real issue now with the warming of the oceans.
Yeah.
And fish.
Yep.
And bacteria
and
that will eat you.
Yeah.
But we're looking at the ocean taking up carbon so that the atmosphere doesn't. Because that's what causes the climate to warm.
Yeah.
So we're busy.
Yeah.
And exploration and archaeology, anything that happens in the ocean, somebody is studying.
Well, a long time ago, in the 80s, I knew the chief engineer of the Alvin. His name was Broderson. Last name was Broderson. They called him Brody. His picture still is in the Smithsonian. And he was like a pirate. No, he had been in World War II and had done, I think he had done, he wasn't in for America, he was for Canada, but he also, because he couldn't get in through the America because of his, he had something. And so he went to Canada to be in World War II. And the stories he would tell were always quite fun, and again, he was like a pirate. He had one earring and he had the cap. And we always thought of him as being our resident pirate here in Sandwich. So a lot of good people have certainly worked there and done a lot of good things. Yeah. That's for sure.
We have a marine whale scientist who was a veterinarian and became he studies whales and actually what kills whales. Like entanglement. Being hit by ships. And he does necropsies on whales. And he uses, to do necropsies on whales, he uses whaling tools.
Really?
And he's very tall.
Well, are they like
very No, they're knives. They're knives.
And are they antique?
They are, some of them. And you can see him walking down the beach toward a dead beached whale.
Carrying all these knives.
And he looks like Ahab.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Tall and skinny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's a wonderful man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Crazy.
Because all he says is save the whales.
Well, back to the play. So how do you all feel about opening night when you get there? What is that feeling like? Are there butterflies in your stomach? I mean, for a tech guy, there might even be butterflies in your stomach because you got to make sure it all goes right.
Absolutely. When you say that we're actually ahead of the normal sort of production steps,
right.
I never feel like I'm ahead. I don't. I think about this stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of rehearsing in my head from time to time, just even as I'm doing chores. I'm trying to kind of think about, how do I best anticipate what you all need? How do I best anticipate your movements and your speech on stage. So it's once you sort of get into the play itself, you probably know this as a director. You're sort of chewing on things all the time.
Right.
So opening night, it's always one where no matter how much you planned, be ready for a couple surprises. Be ready for a couple of things that you didn't anticipate, because there's nothing like a live performance.
That's true. And you know what? That's what people are coming to see. They're coming to see this live performance of you people knowing all your lines and hopefully not skipping 9 pages and then coming back, which I have directed a play where that happened. It was interesting. They got back on track. To this day, I don't know how they did that, but that's part is exciting. How do you feel about that?
Especially this coming opening night, one of the things I'm thinking about is just how fun it is to bring a whole group of people together to create this world that has never existed before, and then invite other people into it. So these words have been said before, but this group of people has never come together and created that world. And this is going to be really fun because we have some folks who've done a lot of theater.
And some none.
And some for whom this is their very first performance.
I know.
And so to see people catch the bug, right? Especially some of these kids.
I know.
To really find that joy of getting outside of their own little box and being somebody else just really makes it a lot of fun.
It is. And I'll tell you, it's fun to direct too, It's fun working with the second side, when he and he wasn't kind of getting the line I was talking about, well, you know how you feel about baseball and what have happened. I don't really follow baseball, but when I said Spider-Man, what if Spider-Man were getting married? Other than the fact that we have a great picture of him just dying laughing at the whole, you could see it clicked in his head.
Yeah.
And now when he does the line, he does it so much better,
right.
But it's fun to help make those connections. So, all right. So we will see you October 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th at 7:00 on the 9th, 10th, 11th. I think it's at 2:00 on Sunday, and the following weekend, which is 17th, 18th, 19th, 2:00 on that Sunday, 7 in the evening shows. And we're going to have some fun. We really are. And tickets are $30 and can be found at Woods Hole Theater Company, which is online, which they have obviously a presence there. So I want to thank you. Thank you for sharing with me your thoughts. And I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Janet, Cathy, and Matt. Oh my gosh. They are so terrific. And they're working so hard to bring Thornton Wilder's Our Town to you. It's going up down in Woods Hole in the community building, which is a fabulous building right on the water. Oh my God, it's so picturesque. So I am so glad you joined me today, and I'll see you next time on another Cape Conversations.